Oh, Lieutenant Jason here. Well, we have our plan. We got a few things that we already need to do, but we got a lot of few things. From now on, we have a few things to do, Jefferson. So we all understand that we can do this all the time. So we have our plan, but today we have our plan to stop John. So we found out about John's plan. We have to. So we're basically getting on with it, Jefferson. So we all understand what we are gonna do to stop him. You know what I mean? I think we did now, Jason. Well, obviously, Jason, we have a new particulars in our minds so that because we've already managed to make in our society. So first of all, Jason, I think we had a lot of few things in our minds' histories. Okay, all our different databases are now completed and downloaded. So it has been moved to the data folder. So in this case, Jason, yes, we have our plans. All we have to do is we have to stop the massive destruction. So all we have to do now, Jason, is we're getting into this particular point who's taking everything what we had. But this is what we are going to do. We are here to save the world. Understand me, Jason? We'll get them all. Accesses will be completed immediately. But we're doing it constantly. I think so, Jefferson. Hopefully we have our parasite. For some reason, we got our plans. If we had to stop John, we will get away from this right now. Obviously, it could be more obvious, so... But we all know Ivan gets everything what he wants. If we have to deserve it, then we don't have to make our own ways. Like to be here. But before that, Jefferson, we know what's going on. Hopefully, we get our own best ways to be killing. It could have been more obvious. Like, we don't make our own ways to defeat. We can make our own defeating. If we defeat everybody in the whole place, nobody else will get to deserve it. They get what they deserve. They deserve better all the time. You know what I mean? So, we're physically taking actions, or any of them. So, never be inconvenience of all the stuff, what we've got here for today. It's like, we don't speak like this all the time, but, at a small time, we don't. So we obviously getting here, so, it hasn't been like for nothing. All alone. Because, if we do, we have to proceed our own precautions. But we are realizing that we don't have to make the ways to defeat, or any kind of obvious wars. Nothing to be serious at all. But what I was thinking of now, Jefferson, is we don't really need to know. But we got our own plans to stop John. If we take in actions, then it'll stop from nothing. If we think about it, we don't deserve it as we wanted. So if we thinking about it, we don't do anything what we got here for today. It's not on our reactions, but, for some reason, Jeff, it could be more obvious for a reason. Because one of the MWF thugs decided to make the massive destruction created by John. But we always not to creating our global world. Creating our future. Not in the future lives, wouldn't they? For some reason, we don't do anything as we wish for. You know, if we don't deserve it, then we deserve it. We deserve a lot of few chances to make a few props. But we have a prosper to make it back to where we started. But as that one, but we get to know. But we get to know what we are going to do after this point. So, if that's so, it could be more obvious. It could be more obvious as they impact. That they all never been impacted for their wars. So at this point, Jefferson, I knew there was some ways that we can stop the impact of wars. So we can't just authorize their stuff, but we can't authorize everything. Because all the bayonet weapons have been, well, the bayonet knife is weaponized. There is an AR-15 with a bayonet knife, with a knife bayonet. You know, one thing, Jefferson, do you have a Scar H with a bayonet knife in it? Do you have any, like, a bayonet weapon that has attached it to the underbarrels of the Scar H? Have you got any Scar H weapon with a bayonet in it?
Yeah. We have got, I think, my recommendation may be M16A4. We have M14. No, I'm saying, oh, you mean the Scar H with the bayonet? This one has got the higher rate of fire, and it has a long mid range, like, you know, see how distance is far, and accuracy, which could be like any other accurate weapons, such as a foregrip. You can have a grip under barrels, whatever you want to, and some attachments such as scopes, muzzles, grips, and some magazines. Like any magazine capacities. So any magazine capacity, it could be more different. So basically, Jason, we have just admitted to what we are accepted, so what we are going to do with it all the time. If it's acceptable, if it's appropriate weapons, depending what you're choosing the appropriate weapons, it has to be appropriate. If it's an appropriate weapon, it could be more difference between them. I know you have an appropriate ID that you know for some reason that you are undercover. If you're wearing appropriate uniform, that's up to you. But before that, Jason, I do really have to send. I'm gonna deliver the Scar H with a bayonet in it, and then I'll send it to your HQ. So in that case, it's gonna arrive in the next couple of days. So it took a long time to deliver. Okay. Deliver. Okay, this might be $189. So, do you want me to confirm it? Sure. Okay. Okay, and now it has been sent to your HQ, so just wait for it for the next couple of days. You know what I mean, Jason? Before you enter the battle, but do your training purposes and do your training. You understand me, Jason? Get into it. Thank you, Jefferson. Thanks for ordering my weapon. My new weapon's called a Scar H with a bayonet. Right, in that case, Jefferson, got a lot of few weapons in my HQ, and so is the PCDs. They have assembled their weapons and stocked their weapons in from the local army store for some reason, Jefferson. Let the PCD officer know. So if I'll order my new weapon called Scar H with a bayonet, so in that case, Jefferson, it'll be more difficult to see this particular. Okay. By the way, just to keep it short, but keep it assured, not to worry about anything what they had, okay? Well, see you again soon, Jefferson. See you later.